Pokemon characters as a whole, it's gonna be difficult. I didn't expect this, so we gotta kind of go off the cuff here. This is subject to change. I want everyone to know this is subject to change.
Subject to change.
This is subject to change, but right here, right now, where I would put a top 10 ranking. Let me start at 10. 10, we're gonna put Professor Oak. Like this guy. Let me explain. Professor Oak is the godfather of Pokemon. This man put his life in danger to be going out in grass and checking out monsters and learning a bit about them. This dude went out there. He was a G, bro. This guy's like, nah, I don't care. These things are legitimate. They're literally called pocket monsters. These monsters could fuck me up. They could kill my ass. But guess what? I'm gonna get them anyways. We're gonna study the shit out of them. So, all right, cool. So I'm gonna give number 10 to Professor Oak. We like Professor Oak. He's cool. We're going to go into number 9. Number 9, I'm going to go with Giovanni. The reason I'm going with Giovanni, this dude's a badass. He leads this whole gang of Team Rocket. He's got that mob boss name, Giovanni. You know that he was hard as fuck to find in the games. You know, he wasn't even in his own gym. You had to beat everybody first before you could get to that motherfucker. So I'm a big fan of Giovanni. He brought the whole Pokemon world to its knees, man. He had a whole gang underneath him, stealing Pokemon, doing all this wild shit. So we're gonna give 9 to Giovanni. Now we're gonna go into number 8. Number 8, I'm going to give it to probably Blaine. He's the gym.
Blaine.
The gym leader of Cinnabar. Yeah, man. He had that Magmar. Magmar was one of the coolest Pokemon at the time. Remember, and I'll get to what my actual favorite is here, but I had a sick ass battle between two characters, and so Blaine, and he's another one. Cinnabar Island was kind of cool. It was very small, but you could do a lot of shit there, the fossils, getting them resurrected and stuff. That shit was dope. You know, you had the Ammonite and the Kabuto fossils. Then also you went to that museum above the Pewter City. You can grab the Aerodactyl thing and get Aerodactyl back. So all the cool shit was happening at Cinnabar Island. That's where the cool shit was happening. All right, that was a place to be. That was Hawaii on steroids, bro.
That's fucking badass, man. That is fucking sick.
I love that. So Blaine, we're gonna give him that spot there at number 8. Number 7. Number 7, I'm going to give to, just because of the comedic value of this character, we're going to give it to Meowth. Because for some reason, Meowth was the only Pokemon that could actually have conversation with people for no reason. And it wasn't that it was a Meowth characteristic, it was that specific Meowth that could do it. All the other Meowths could just do is the little fucking meow thingies. So we're going to give Meowth number 7 because he's funny as fuck. He's always getting his ass beat with the rest of his Team Rocket, but always still talking shit, scratching up stuff. So we're going to give Meowth number 7 there. Going into number 6. We're going to give him his credit. He's been on the journey for 20 plus years. We'll let Ash here get in this little middle section. We're gonna give Ash Ketchum the number 6 spot, mainly because we just gotta respect the longevity of what my man's was doing. He was trying to become a Pokemon master from day one. Always fucking Gary his ass getting in his way. Gary's being a dick.
Fucking go.
Yeah. So something to be said for training that damn Pikachu. He didn't even get a regular starter Pokemon. He had to go off script. He had to grab this damn electric Pokemon and train it. Pikachu wanted nothing to do with Ash at first. He used to shock him. He used to thunderbolt Ash for no damn reason. He said Pikachu used to be an asshole, man. Pikachu used to be a little asshole. So in any event, the bond that they created there, very, very cool. And then just to go into number 5, we're gonna give number 5 to my boy Brock. And I'll tell you why we're giving it to Brock. Number 1, because he's a Pokemon breeder, and that's really the first character we see in a space like that. And I think that's kind of cool that we especially if we go to second generation games where you could take them to the little daycare and sometimes they come out with eggs, and you had the Togepi and Magby, which was a Magmar baby. They had a few of them, and it was really cool, man. So I love that. On top of it, you could really tell that Brock was passionate about Pokemon, and he even ends up leaving the group at one point, so that way he can go and focus on his passions there. So, and obviously Onyx was kind of sick. You know, he used to crush people, just like a stone snake. Okay, that's kind of cool. You know, so we'll give Brock his flowers there. Put Brock in at number 5. Now, number 4, we gotta go with my girl Nurse Joy. Nurse Joy,
Nurse Joy.
I'll tell you what, Nurse Joy, she's who you want to wake up next to when you pass out with all your Pokemon gone. You know, you want to go right to that Pokemon Center. You want to wake up with a nice meal on the bedside. And you're waking up and you see that beautiful redhead Nurse Joy. You know you're in a good place, man. You know you're in a good spot. Nurse Joy was making sure that we stayed healthy all along our journey, so we're going to give Nurse Joy her flowers, coming in at number 4. Number 3. What we're going to give number 3 to is, I'm going to say that, and this is really just because it's not someone that you can really think of too often, but what he was able to do in his inventions for the Pokemon universe were kind of sick, but I'm giving it to my boy Bill. Bill can come in at number 3 here. You know, Bill, no one ever thinks about him. You know, right above Cerulean City, you gotta go up there and you meet Bill, and he's the one that puts the whole PC together, making sure you can catch all the Pokemon. He's the one that kind of gives you that diploma at the end once you actually catch every single one of them there. Or, you know, I guess technically it's Professor Oak that would give you the diploma. But in any event, we're going to give Bill this there because you never really knew what Bill was about. I don't know what Bill, you know, like what Pokemon Bill had, you know. He's never really thought of as this really cool Pokemon trainer, but he was an inventive genius. So we're going to give Bill the number 3 spot, mainly because no one ever thinks of him. And I love these ambiguous, off-the-wall characters. So he for sure gets number 3 for me. Number 2. And this is, I'm sorry guys, but I'm giving it to Sabrina. That is a bad bitch. Yeah. I'll tell you, Sabrina, the psychic Pokemon gym leader, that's a bad girl, man. She be taking control of me with her mind. Bro, she can scramble my mind any day. She was hot for dude, Sabrina was hot, man. I don't give a hell. Like, I was 11 years old. I'm sitting here like, dang, okay, this is maybe where my like for toxic women came from. I don't know, bro. Like the shit, like this girl was like controlling shit with her mind there. It was spooky. It was cool. It had the little, the little goth vibes, the little alternative, you know? Man. Like, that was my thing. Like, jeez. So, Sabrina comes in at a cool number 2. Now, number 1, just because it's number 1 and you know what we're about here at Factor Fantasy, number 1 goes to Charizard because Charizard's the motherfucking dog. So anyways,
motherfucking dog.
He was a monster too. Like, that guy would not want to listen to Ash for the longest time either. I remember the whole Pokemon 3, the movie, when it's trying to fight Entei, and that shit was kind of dope. We got that fight going on. Yeah. All the cool Pokemon battles had my guy Charizard attached to it. You got the Entei versus Charizard. Yeah, Charizard versus Magmar at the Cinnabar Island that I was telling you guys about. Charizard was just, and obviously it's funny because he's clearly a dragon, but he's actually considered a flame Pokemon. He's not considered a dragon Pokemon. Very, very interesting. But dude, you got that fire on his tail, that orange, you got the whole, like the blue underneath the wings. Dude, Charizard's so dope. And I know that we don't put terribly too much video out of our actual episodes like we used to, but I'm gonna pull up my phone case here to the screen, and you'll see I have this dope ass phone case that's the Starry Night, and in the Starry Night it has a shadow of Charizard flying across it. So you know my boy Charizard means a lot. He's got a spot in my heart. That's my number 1 position, goes to Charizard, man. So that is mine, 10 through 1. Go ahead and give us your list 10 to 1.
Number 10, a lot of people might not like this, but I gotta give her respect. Gotta give this girl respect. Number 10 goes to Misty, man. Misty! Hey, man, you gotta give her respect. She was carrying around that fucking annoying-ass Psyduck for like half the fucking season there. Put up with that shit. Then she had to carry around the Togepi that was like growing. And she had to put up with those sisters that were mean to her the whole time. When finally... And Ash destroyed her fucking bike like 10 fucking times, man. Gotta give Misty props, dude. Gotta give Misty props. So number 10, I'm giving to Misty there. Number nine. Number nine. Let's see who we got for number 9. Once again, just like Jay Nelly said, this is on the fly. So all subject to change here. Number 9, since we're talking about, since we kind of went to this water vibe, I'm going to go with Squirtle, man. We're going to go with my boy Squirtle. He had the Squirtle squad with those fucking sunglasses, just like the sunglasses emoji. He wasn't taking no shit from Ash when he came up in there. Ash better be coming ready to play. You better be ready to show that game face when he come up against that squad, baby. That Squirtle squad motherfucker. He was about to put him out of his misery with that hydro pump, but then he had to change a character. Left his entire squad, just like the Mandalorian Creeds, baby, like Din Djarin did. Came over to help that fucking 10-year-old kid that was on the struggle bus since day one. Couldn't even wake up to be there on fucking time. And Squirtle came out of his way. So that's why I'm giving Squirtle number 9, baby. Number 9, looking fine. Number 8. I put a lot of Pokemon kind of add this list here, but I'm going with Meowth. Number 8, man, just like you said. Gotta give the guy respect. He can talk. I don't know any other Pokemon that learned to talk. He even worked as a translator to my boys there for a while. To my boys, and I'll get into them later. I think you know who I'm talking about. The best of the best there. But, so number 8, going with Meowth there, for all the reasons Jay Nelly said. Number 7. I'm going to give number 7 to Brock. And just like you said, Brock, man. And it was, Brock was really set up at first to be like the ultimate villain, if you think about it. Like, he was control of that first gym. He was very mysterious in a way. You didn't know a whole lot about him. He had that big-ass snake Onyx, and at first you didn't even know he had that shit because he had, like, the Geodude, and you're like, okay, that's cool. But, Ash can take that on with Pikachu. He'll be fine. And then that big ass fucking boulder snake fucked shit up, but once again went on the way with Ash there. So props to Brock, man. He was like Ash's first real friend that kind of, like Anakin Skywalker, but opposite, and went from the dark side to the light side. It was good stuff. Now we're at number 6, right? Number 6. Number six, I'm going to go with, I'm going to do it. Nurse Joy, number 6, man. Nurse Joy, I went ahead and did it anyways. Nurse Joy, number 6, like you said, heals those Pokemon. And I love that Nurse Joy had all those sisters. She had like 1,000,000 twins. It was fantastic. It was excellent. She helped me in the games all the time when I would get my ass handed to me by Giovanni and his crew. Especially like, what was it? In the games, it's hard for me to remember because it's been so long. But I think like the final bosses in the games, in the originals, you played like they're called like the Fab Five or something. Do you remember you went to that gym?
The Elite Four.
Elite Four, that's it. Yeah, that's bad. Maybe that would be the millennials. We're millennials. The new generation will have like the Fab Five or some shit. Okay, so number 6, Nurse Joy. Number 5, I'm going to go with my girl Jessie, man. Jessie! James. Fantastic. Jessie was awesome. Talk about the dedication. Her and her boy teamed up all the time. She had the red hair. They did whatever they could do to capture Pikachu. Prepare for trouble and make it double. It was sick, man. It was badass. Number 5 goes to Jessie. Number 4, I'm going to put right there with her, baby. My boy James. I know you guys see the cosplays on the TikTok there. You know I'm a big James fan, man. Good stuff. James was like that guy that could not be taken seriously, but he could take directions from Jessie, which is a lot like here. I can take directions from Jay Nelly, and he keeps me on fucking track, man. That's why we have a good show. Great stuff. So James, got to give him respect. He was dedicated. All the way to the very end. They worked their ass off to get Pikachu, but, just stay dedicated. That's what you got to do, man. Stay dedicated. James gets number 4. Number 3, I'm giving to my boy Ash Ketchum. like you said, man, number 3, Ash Ketchum. Another thing, dedication. You know, he really worked his way up, and then finally, you know, Ash and Pikachu have retired. He wanted to be the very best that ever was. I don't know if he was exactly ever the very best, but he did grow from being that 10-year-old kid that would sleep through his alarm clock in the morning. So props to Ash, who was our main guy. You know, he always wore that hat backwards with the finger gloves. I never really understood the point of the finger gloves. Maybe it was to hold the Pokeballs, but you know, and he jumped in front of those sparrows that were attacking him, and you know, did everything he could to save this little ass that eventually became his best friend. So yeah, and then number 2, you know, I gotta give it to my boy Pikachu. I had to change the character, became Ash's best friend. If you were ever on the line, man, that's where Pikachu came into place, man. And he stepped up to the plate. He fought fucking Raichu, got his fucking ass handed to him with the Raichu, give him another body slam. Yeah, another body slam. And Pikachu
Lieutenant Surge,
out.
Man, that's a good one, man. Lieutenant
Dude, that
Surge.
was a good episode, man. I love the OG Pokemon episodes, man. That's good stuff. And number 1, I don't know if you could have predicted this. Sabrina was always my favorite, baby. Number 1 goes to Sabrina. Everything you said. Talk about a heartthrob when I was a kid, man. Watching cartoons, same thing. I agree 100%, man. And remember, it was so badass. She would turn those motherfuckers into dolls. She turned Misty and Brock into fucking dolls. It had like this old like dark fantasy vibe. This is what I was like. I think she was like the peak of season 1, man. Like season 1, like season 2, like you said, you had Blaine there on the islands. But yeah, this was sick, dude. And you had that whole backstory with her dad that tried to make her come back around. They had to go get the ghost Pokemon fucking haunt her. That fucking abandoned their ass during the fucking fight and then made them laugh. Brought Sabrina back around. You got that fucking what was it, the psychic badge or whatever the fuck that was. She was the leader of
the psychic badge. Yeah, Saffron City.
Yeah, Saffron City. That's right. Saffron Gym. Badass, man. So I gave Sabrina my number 1. But yeah.